at where I'm at, and that's got to be okay with everything. That would be very sweet of you, Diane. We can talk if you want, and we can do that later, some other point. So let's just talk a little bit about, and I hope, is it too tinny or anything? I'm just trying to pipe in my voice directly. And I'm going to talk about a few things. There's going to be differences in offerings that I'm going to be having. I'm going to today we're going to talk a little bit more about vibrations and how I want you to become a vibrational snob. Yes. Hi, Cheryl. Vibrational snobbery is what I want you to be thinking about right now. You could use this time to find a way to be upset about the world. You could find a way to get into a lot of stress and fear. And what you look at, you create more of. So if you keep looking at stress and fear, you're going to create more stress and fear, right? So I'm starting to get cold now because the windows are open. So I want you to think about that as, how do you get your vibration higher if you're really not feeling it? If you are worried about what's happening in the world, how are you going to get your vibration higher? So here is the hardest part. It is a lot like the coronavirus. This is how the coronavirus or COVID-19 is going to help you believe in something that you cannot see. So this is kind of where we're at right now. You can't see a virus, right? Nobody can really see a virus. And drinking my green juice. Anybody have some green juice with them tonight? You can't see the coronavirus. It's not, you can't see it with a naked eye. You only know it's there, or you believe it's there. So you want to make sure you're wearing a mask. You want to make sure you're washing your hands. You want to make sure you're, taking showers and doing all the care, the self-care you need to take care of. Well, isn't that the same thing for vibrations? Even though you can't see it with your naked eye, it's totally there. You have to take care of it. You need to wash it. You need to think about it. You need to hold it up high. You need to be immensely immersed in the self-care of your vibration, because it's what goes out for you. So let's just talk. Rai, you might get up and I want to squish you. Okay, good boy. It's okay. I got to take him for a walk later. So Wanda, tell your daughter to come pick me up so I can go for a walk. You have to be careful what vibrations and frequencies you allow into your space. So if you begin to think lower vibrations, or you start to get into the fear, start to get into the stress, starting to get to really into these deeper emotions of, I'm going to call them lower emotions, right? Heavier emotions, not so full of pep and lightness. You start to take your own physical immune system and lower it. That's what happens. Your body starts to just say, you know what, I'm trying to get this on at the same time. I'm interrupting myself. Sorry, I know that's really annoying. But you have to get to a spot where your emotional worries and thoughts are. I'm trying to get this on at the same time. I'm interrupting myself. Sorry, I know that's really annoying. But you have to get to your. Sorry, you have to be getting to where you're like the emotion, not the vibrational snob. Because what can happen, so I just want to talk about this, is going over the San Francisco Bridge, okay? So let's just, I'm not on Zoom right now. So it was back there behind me where it was the bridge was behind me. And let's just say that you have this, you go over the bridge and you're not afraid of heights at all. And then all of a sudden you're worried and you're hitting this fear of, oh my gosh, what if something happens? I'm really afraid of going over this bridge all of a sudden. I wasn't before. I've done it a million times. How am I going to do it now? How am I going to keep going forward? I don't want to go forward. I'm paralyzed in fear. Here's something interesting. And I don't know if you've really thought about it this way before, but I think it's really, really potent. You could be bumping into your own old thought forms that you have hanging around your house. So let's just say in your house, you haven't cleared it for a while. You could be running up into old thought forms or old energy, vibrational frequency pockets of thought that have been held there and is being held in that space. So I would strongly suggest, if you're finding yourself in deep worry and deep concern, and you're having a hard time raising your vibration, that you order some white sage from, I would say, go to Earth Elements, but they're closed. So, I'm sure you can get them from Amazon or someplace you could get it mailed to you. Do your research, get out there and get it. And sage your house. Always starting from top to the bottom with the windows open and really pushing everything out and changing and thinking about a high vibration, bringing in an intention, bringing in a thought of holding yourself in this space where you're holding calm and peace. Because if you have a specific area, and I see this a lot in when I do sessions with people, where they grieve in one spot. And so that spot then becomes the place where they keep grieving over and over and over again. And I urge you to start changing that and start trying to think about moving these old patterns and these old thought forms out of the space that you're in right now and into a higher vibration. Remember, I want you to be vibrational snobs. So if all of a sudden you're not in a high flying idea of who you are or where you're going, you change it up. You do something that you want to do. You get out, you work out, you go for a walk, you jump up and down, you listen to, I was just working out to Britney Spears, You Better Work, Bitch. It was a really good song to work out to. So we're really talking about opening up your vibrational fields to be thoughtful of higher vibrations. So you need to practice that alignment. Yes, this sounds a lot like Esther Hicks, absolutely, but you need to practice the alignment, and because you can't avoid any of this, right? I mean, you can't avoid lower vibrational frequency thinking. You can't avoid COVID. You can't avoid the coronavirus. You can't avoid influenza by taking care of yourself, taking care of your physicalness. I want you to be taking care of your other bodies that you had, your vibrational bodies, your thought form bodies, your true existence that vibrates at much a higher rate. So, sorry, my dog is about to bark. So I want to offer that too for like a dog. And I'm going to challenge you, if you have any animals at home, to start doing this, to try and talk to your animals. I'm going to do a little quick talk about how to talk to your animals, if you're ready for it. Is what I want you to do is to try and get a picture. So you want a picture of what you want the animal to do. What you want the animal to do. So I want my dog to growl and not bark. So in my mind, I don't know if you can hear him growling right now, but I want him just to growl. So in my mind, I have just him growling over and over and over again. Just the growl, I'll accept that. Or I'll have him, the picture of him laying next to me while I'm working, right, hanging out here. Now, Wendy, who's on here, I don't know if she's still on here. She knows Riley. He's bananas. And he is, he's full of energy. But what happens if I, in my mind, have the idea of don't bark? I would instead see him barking and I'm like, wah, right? In my head, I'm like, don't bark, don't bark. So he's getting the picture. They only think in pictures of barking. That's all. Oh, Cheryl, yeah. That's all he's seeing is barking. She wants me to bark. He sees the picture of barking. So that's what he does. And even though he knows he's going to get, whatever, yelled at, told to be quiet or whatever, that happens afterwards. But I gave him the mixed signal of barking. It's really important to understand. Do you guys get that? I gave him the signal of barking. I didn't give him the signal of what I wanted him to do, was just to growl, not to bark. And then he has a clear idea and it makes him happy. And it's like any animal, right? So it's the same thing with a cat. You need to be able to think in pictures. Now, here's the other part of it, which I didn't even think I was going to go down until I started talking right now, is you have to, I guess you don't have to, but I'm going to urge you to have a lot of compassion for yourself during all of this process, because we're really taught, and that actually is a definition of fear. Thinking about the thing you don't want. Thinking about how you don't want to be in the world, and just, I don't want that, I don't want that, I don't want that. And then you just keep putting the picture and the vibration and the frequency of this is what you do want, but you don't want it. But all the universe does is thinks in pictures, just like your dog, just like your cat, just like your, I don't know, bearded dragon. I'm sure you could have a conversation with anything. I've had horses show up, and I've had spiders. I have had, did you guys know that? Maybe not. We're having a spider thing. And I've had wild birds show up to somebody that would put all their bird feeders out, and thanking, they would thank the person that these wild birds came, and thank the person that put all the bird seed out for them all the time, was very grateful to these birds. This has all happened. So the universal language of energy is vibration, which I want you to begin to trust. So if you're feeling yourself and your vibration getting lower, or not feeling in sync with where you're at right now, I want you to really switch to something that's going to something that's going to get you into a free-flowing experience of happiness, whatever that is. Oh. The dog learned to spell? Whoa. Somebody's dog learned to spell in here. Beverly, that's a smart dog. Hi, Ruth. So this is what we're going to be talking about this week, is vibrational snobbery. That's what I want you to do. Become a vibrational snob. Be thoughtful of how you are thinking in the world, and switch it. If you begin to find yourself, you could be finding yourself getting depressed, getting full of fear, and I want to say, I know that we are in this world of being physically distant and having to rethink about how to take care of ourselves physically. I'm challenging you to do that emotionally, vibrationally as well. So, vibrational snobbery. Do it. Do it. And we know the one thing that I'm noticing is that there's so many more people going live, like everybody. So I mean, if you want me to keep doing this, let me know, because I don't want to go into, I don't know. I just, there's a lot of people now going, I guess I don't know. My feed is just in with people who are doing live stuff, and it can get overwhelming after a while. So if you still like this, let me know. Definitely drop me like a private message and tell me that you like doing this, because that's what I want to know. So fear. And then one last thing I want to talk about before, one last thing I want to talk about, because there's a rhyme to this, a rhyme and a reason to all of this, is that as you practice how you're feeling, you're actually practicing your alignment with everything that is. So the more that you are thoughtful about the vibration you're sticking out and the vibration you're living in, the more in alignment you're going to be with what you want. So find a way to think about your vibration. If, again, we talk a lot about I think one of the things I would really, hang on one second. Okay, hang on a second. Okay, Eileen, this is get some sage. I just want to tell you something that I'm hearing actually from your guide specifically for you is that you are on the right path right now in doing the surgery, and they're making me feel like they're making me feel that there's a good prognosis as you move forward with this. So I just want to make sure that I give that to you because it's really, really important. And they're also telling me that it's really important for you to sleep. I am green juicing. I have this is kale, ginger, lemon, and cucumber, and I have this much every day. There's the Gerson method, Gerson. I would check into that as well, but I'm going to tell you, I feel really good prognosis with you, and I want to make sure that you get that message today. So I want to leave that. I'm also changing the format, so I haven't done it yet. I promise I'm going to pretty much right after I get off. I'm not going to waste your time. I'm going to start doing. I'm going to have two. I've already made one group. I'm going to have two test Zoom group readings. We do two test Zoom group readings. And then I'm going to start doing a weekly kind of come and if anybody wants a group reading, we can do it as many people as possible. And that's going to be kind of something I'm going to do on the regular. And okay, so I haven't announced that yet. I mean, I announced it on Friday, but I didn't do anything. I really didn't do anything over the weekend at all. So I just tried to take a spiritual break as well, because you all need them. Everybody needs them. So everybody, as my son just said. So so I will contact my first group, and then I will announce it for my second group, and that will be a 2 free ones. I'm just going to test it out, see what the waters are like, and then start it from there. Okay. See light, be light. I'll check you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful night. Take care of yourself. Share this with the people around you. Share the Facebook or the YouTube. Tell everybody about it. Just looking forward to seeing everybody in person. But take care of yourself. Wash your hands and be a vibrational snob. A vibrational snob. See light, be light. Ciao. Bye. Thank you so much, YouTube. See you later. See light, be light.